Today I'm going to take you through a 20-minute bodyweight strength workout for runners. You can do this as a follow along with me, and we're going to kick off the workout with a brief bodyweight warm-up consisting of 4 exercises, 40 seconds each for 1 round. The first one is going to be some tibialis anterior raises. So if you find a wall or something to put your glutes against, walk forward about a foot or 2. We're going to lift your toes as high as we can, flexing those shin muscles. So lift up, hold for 1 to 2 seconds, down, and then straight back into the next rep. So you're going to hold at the top for 1 to 2 counts, and have a slow control on the way down, and as soon as the ball of your foot hits the floor, you're coming straight back into the next rep. These muscles are really important for helping support the knees and also to avoid you from getting shin splints. So we're just trying to flex those shin muscles. Imagine you're trying to get your toes to touch your shin bones, closing off the angle. Okay, next, we're going straight into alternating reverse lunges, stepping back, getting the back knee as close to the floor as you're comfortable with, maybe even gently touching the floor if you've got a soft surface. We want to make sure we're not collapsing that front knee in towards the big toe. I'm going to keep it slightly turned out, or at least pointing straight forwards. Next up, we need to lift one knee up and then kick it back into a single leg Romanian deadlift, and then coming back up to the top. If you're struggling with balance, either you need more practice, or if you'd just like to hold on to the wall whilst you do this, that's absolutely fine as well. A good tip for not turning this into an adductor stretch is try and keep the back toe pointing down towards the mats, keeping the stretch in the hamstring of the supporting leg. Got a little bit of hip flexor activation as we draw that knee up. Finish your rep, then let's go to the next leg. So a little draw up the knee. If you want to hold on to a wall, as I said, that will help with balance, but with practice, you will get better at this. We're also starting to get a little bit of ankle stability in there with the supporting leg. I like to slightly unlock the knee of the leg I'm standing on, but in general, you shouldn't be bending that too much or you'll lose the hamstring stretch. Okay, let's get into the main workout now. You've got a brief rest, but we're gonna do 8 exercises. We're gonna do 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off, for 2 rounds in total. And we'll be starting off with something called a split squat. We're gonna do all 40 seconds on one side, 20 seconds off, and then we'll do the other side. So I'm gonna start with my left foot forwards and my right foot back. I'm gonna have most of the weight in this front leg. I'm gonna sink down and then control the way back up. So I'm picking 3 to 4 counts down, and then control the way up. I'm keeping most of my weight on this front leg. I'm trying to keep a neutral spine, so I'm not necessarily trying to stay bolt upright. Although I'm not slouching forwards, I don't want to overarch my lower back either. So I've got a very subtle forward lean to the body. That helps actually increase the glute stretch if you're leaning forwards as well. Okay, so take 20 seconds off. Remember which leg you just had forwards. I'm gonna put my right leg forwards next in that split squat position. So it's sinking down and up. Obviously your back heel can come off on the back foot, but your front heel is gonna stay down on that front leg. So sinking down. We want that back knee to come as close to the floor as possible. If not, give it a gentle touch if you've got a soft enough surface. The front knee should not be collapsing in towards the big toe. We want it pointing directly forwards. That might mean trying to turn the kneecap out slightly to counter that natural tendency to collapse in. Okay, now we're going to do some negatives. So we're going to do some calf raise negatives. So what we're going to do, we're going to come up into a calf raise with 2 feet, but then we're going to go to a 1 leg and lower down with 1. So I'm going to come up with 2, then go all my weight onto my left leg and lower with just 1. I'm going to hold onto the wall for stability. So come up with 2, take 1 foot away, slowly lower down, straight back up. This works well if you've got a step as well. So if you've got a step or a plate, you can get a little bit of a deeper stretch at the bottom of the range of motion, but this works absolutely fine as well. Just doing it on the floor. So I'm going up into the calf raise, full height with 2, taking 1 leg support away, and then the main body of work is going to happen on the way down as we do a nice, slow, controlled lowering phase. As soon as the heel touches the floor, I'm straight back into the next rep. Great, we've got a shorter transition on this side. So we're going to do the same again. We're going to go up with 2, but this time I'm going to shift over to the right foot. Up with 2, and all my weight onto that right leg for the eccentric lowering phase. As I said, if you've got a step, you can do the same exercise, but getting a slightly bigger stretch at the bottom. If you're really strong, you could just do single leg calf raises for the whole set, but this is a nice intermediate option. Great job. Okay, you're going to come down onto the floor now. If you've got a mat, that'd be great. If not, you'll survive. I'm going to go single leg glute bridge. So I'm going to glute bridge up with my left leg. I'm going to have 90-degree angles at both knees. And we're going to hold the top for a 2 count. So drive up, hold 1, 2, hips down, then straight back up into the next rep. 2 seconds at the top every time. Drive those hips up. I also want you to add a slight pelvic tilt, tucking the tailbone under, tucking the ribs down and in. I like to tap my glutes and my heel on the floor and then drive back up into the next rep. Pushing predominantly off the heel on that pushing leg. Great, we've got 20 seconds off. Remember which leg you just did, so I'm going to go over to my right side, but just do the other side. So we're going to push off the heel, creating those 90-90 angles at the knees. Remember, we've got a 2-second squeeze at the top. So driving up, hold 1, 2, slowly down. As soon as my glutes and heel make contact with the floor on that left side, I'm going to pop straight back into the next rep. So I want you to maximize the time under tension. If you've got a sofa, again, you can get a bigger range of motion by doing this with your upper back on the edge of the sofa. But I want to make a routine that's accessible for everyone, so I'll give you both variations. Great job. Okay, I'm going to stay lying on our back now. We're going to work something called the transverse abs, which is basically like a core sit muscle that wraps around. Really good for running efficiency. So your knees are going to be up at a 90-degree angle, arms up straight. I'm going to drop opposite sides down. Your head can stay on the mat for this one. And the whole point of a dead bug is that you're bracing your core, avoiding any arch of the lower back, especially as you drop down. So keep your abs tight, keep your lower back pressed into the mat. Make sure your heels aren't falling down towards your glutes. Keep a 90-degree angle at the knee. Now, we're going to do a reverse plank. You can do a reverse plank hold, or you can do a march. I'm going to do the march, where you'll really feel your hamstrings. You can do this flats of your palms. I'm going to do it on my knuckles, but most people would prefer to just put their hands flat. Squeeze the glutes up, and then you can either hold this, or I'm going to go for an alternating march. So when I take one leg support away, I'm trying my best to maintain the same amount of hip height I was getting with both. You might feel this tension running up the back of the supporting leg. Great job. Okay, you've got a brief rest, and then we're going to go back into that second and final round, doing those split squats. So get yourself a little bit of water if you want to. This is a low impact routine, perfect for strengthening up the muscles and joints that support your running, which will allow you to do more mileage per week and also help with your speed, gaining some of that strength and power. So pick either side forward. I'm going to start my left foot forwards. Slowly sinking down. Putting most of my weight into this front leg. With the front foot, let's try and have even pressure between the ball of your foot, your heel, and also even pressure between the inside and outside edge. Seconds off. Remember which leg was forwards. We're going to go with the other side. I'm thinking 3 to 4 counts down, 1 to 2 counts up. Okay, so we've got those 2 up, 1 down calf raises. I'm going to face the wall this time because it's a little bit easier on balance, or you could just go for single leg for the whole time and then switch. We're going to go 2 up, take 1 support away, slowly lower down, then straight back up. To get an effective set, you need to come straight back into the next rep as soon as that heel makes contact with the floor. And then take that supporting leg away again as soon as you reach peak height of the calf raise. So we're maximizing the time and attention, controlling that lowering phase. 10 seconds off, going to the other side, so remember which side you were doing. Great job. Okay, so we've got those single leg glute bridges on the floor, or if you've got a bench or a sofa, you could do it pivoting on that for a slight bigger stretch at the bottom. Don't forget to put that 2-second pause at the bottom and a quick Okay, we're back to those dead bugs. So remember, keep your abs braced with your lower back in contact with the floor. Your head can stay on the mat. Only drop your arms and legs as low as you can fully support that core position. And then finally, got that reverse plank, either just holding at the top or doing the march. And that's it. Thanks so much for joining me. Let me know in the comments below, how do you find that and where in the world that you're following along from. If you want to help your active recovery for running, check out this foam roll routine for runners right here. I've also got a dynamic stretch to do pre-run, and here is a post-run 10-minute stretch that you could also do after this workout or on your rest days. See you again soon for another video.